Hi everyone, there seem to have been a few issues or a little bit of confusion with some of the problems and how to solve. So this is you're using density to identify elements. And what I did for the first problem that you had to do is it gave us a mass, but I had to go and look up the density. It was in your reference table. And what I'm going to do here is just type the density equals mass divided by volume. That's the equation we're going to be using, okay? And with that, we want to substitute in. We're going to substitute all of our information in that we're given. We were given this density, a mass, so density is 21.5 equals 1.38 divided by volume. Okay, so now we have our equation. What we have to do is solve for V. There's two ways to do this. I'm going to do it one way for problem 2 and another way for problem 3. They will both get you the correct answer. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply, this one we're going to cross multiply. And when we cross multiply, it's sort of like putting this over 1. And then we're going to cross multiply. My wonderful circling abilities are about as good as my drawing abilities. So we're going to cross multiply. And when we do that, we end up with 1.38, and it's multiplied by 1, so we don't need to do anything, equals 21.5 divided by, multiplied by V. Then with that, what we can do to solve for V is we divide both sides by 21.5. So our next step is 1.38 divided by 21.5 equals 21.5 times V divided by 21.5. When we do this, these 21.5s cancel each other out, and we end up with our final answer of V equaling 0.06. Okay, so that's one way. We can do cross multiplying. The next, it says a sample of tin has a volume of 9.0 centimeters cubed. What is the mass of the sample? Now up here, when I was doing the math, I didn't put any of the units in. You probably should, but for starters, we're just going to leave them out. Okay, we're using the same equation. Let me get this typing. D equals mass over volume. We're going to substitute in what we know. I looked it up, and my density equals 7.287 grams per centimeter cubed. Okay, so now I'm going to substitute in what I know. My density is 7.287 equals mass, we don't know, that's what we're looking for, and all over 9.0. Now with this, the other previous one we cross multiplied. Here, we're not going to cross multiply. What we're going to do is we're going to multiply both sides by what's on the bottom, what's the denominator. And what that looks like now is 9.0 times 7.287 equals mass divided by 9.0 all times 9.0. And when we do this, these 9.0s will cancel out, leaving us mass all alone. So then all we have to do is multiply 9 times 7.287, and we end up with 65.6 for an answer. Now this is really briefly how you do some of these problems. If you're looking for density, it's easier. You're just substituting in. You don't have to do any rearranging. But this is how you should probably work on doing it, okay? If you have questions, email me, stop me in class. I will do my best to answer.